Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Arlen Herman. We're here at CE Week in New York City, and we're going to check out some innovative technology. Let's take a closer look. 3D printing is an exciting adventure for a lot of people, where you can actually create whatever you really imagine. And your product is truly innovative for adults and children. So tell us a little bit about your product and how you came about to develop this.
Sure. So I'm Maxwell Bogue. I'm the inventor and one of the co-founders of WobbleWorks. We're the creators of the 3doodler, the world's first 3D pen. Essentially what a 3D pen is, the 3doodler is that you take a thermoplastic and it goes into the back and you comes out the front like an extruder or like a hot glue gun, and then using that you're able to build up and make physical objects. So for example, this is my phone case, and this was created by simply drawing out the pieces, attaching them together, and I have a functional phone case in less than an hour using less than $1 worth of material. So we developed this back in 2012 when we were making a robot dinosaur for a company called Meccano, and our 3D printer made a mistake when it was building up its layers, and my business partner was like, man, I wish you could just take the nozzle head off the 3D printer and then use that to repair the pieces that the 3D printer made a mistake on. We said, why can't you do that? And then we realized that we could do it, so we took it apart, the 3D printer, and we kludged together this thing. We wrote 3doodler on the side, and thus the world's first 3D pen was born. And yeah.
So one of the things, as I'm looking at, the different things on this table, you have large, you have small, even behind you, you have a dress. Tell us, the evolution. How do you decide sort of what can this do? There are obviously limitations in any technology, but you have so many different types of things here. So how do you decide what's appropriate and what's not appropriate for this type of tech?
So it's actually quite difficult in that we can do almost anything. Any physical object that you can make using the 3doodler. We often have experimented with a lot of different things, from repairing, which was the original intention, to making small pieces and then putting them together like a stencil or something of that nature. A lot of the time it's not us that's doing a lot of the innovation, it's users, artists, designers, engineers who are discovering new and different ways that they can use the devices that we've created that we were never even aware of. So recently the Royal Institute for the Blind gave us approval because they realized that our pen can be used to aid blind and visually impaired students. We have a whole smorgasbord of materials and a whole range of different consumers that use it for a range of different things. Our main focuses are on the consumer technology area and on education. So that's where we see our biggest growth.
So tell us a little bit about the technology behind the pen. And is this safe for kids? A lot of, obviously with 3D printing, there are different types of things you can use. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So this pen is a 14+ item because it's got a very hot metal tip. And this item is a 6+ item because it does not. This is the 3doodler Start. This is the 3doodler Create Plus. We also have a professional edition one, the 3doodler Pro. This is the 3doodler Pro, which you can use to fix and repair, PVC piping, things of that nature. Cracks in your floorboards, fill it with a wood filament. But so this is definitely a toy. It operates at a very low temperature, so you can't burn yourself, whereas this operates at a very high temperature. So that's why it's not really for kids. Essentially, though, the technology inside is the same, where we have a hot element that's heating up, and then a material is fed into the back and then extruded out of the front by a motor. There's a heating algorithm that controls it, and there's different drive mechanisms that we offer in each of the pens for the different types of material that we have. So there's a bunch of invisible technology behind this that's going on in the background, but from a user's perspective, you stick a piece of plastic in, you press a button, material comes out, and you make stuff with it.
So my son is in a blended learning school. And they're they're basically using technology to enhance the way that they learn. So now my son's into Transformers, and he has a vivid imagination, and I can definitely see him creating his own story with your 3D doodler. What are your hopes for the future in terms of this sector and your product?
My hopes in the future is to have a 3doodler in every school. Also for both architects, designers, tradespeople to be using these things. We really see it as a future technology that is a great kind of do-it-all tool. Like it's almost like a Dremel, if you will. Instead of taking away material, we're adding material. So we're the opposite of it. So it's a really easy-to-use technology that doesn't require a computer in order to make something. You can fix things, you can build things, you can do almost anything. I even customize my own lanyard. It's just this endless thing. So we don't see an end to it, and we constantly are exploring and looking at new industries to go into as well, beyond just consumer and toy and repairing things.
Where can people learn more about your company?
You can learn more about our company at our website, 3doodler.com, the number 3, doodler.com.
As you can see at CE Week in New York City, there's some incredible technology that's transforming the way that we learn, connect, and play. This is Owen Herman, and thank you for watching.